Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Matt, I'm back, and today we are doing kind of an interesting video. This is a unboxing and review and comparison video on this brand new Lionel Woodside Reefer. Now I purchased this particular model because it says Peoria Heights, Illinois on the front of the box. And my father was born and raised in Peoria Heights, Illinois. He had himself a Lionel train set, and I live right next door to that town, and so it has special meaning for me. If it didn't say that on the front of the box, I would not be purchasing this product, and we'll get into that reasoning during the course of this review. But basically, it just comes down to price and what you are getting for that price, which, in my opinion, is not a lot. I am recording this audio dialogue separately after I've recorded the video, just because I want to be clear about what I'm saying. I'm not here to try to tell anybody that this is a bad product necessarily. It's just not, for me, worth the price tag, and we'll get into why here in a second. The car itself it's an old Weaver molding. There's a lot of molded in. You know, the grab irons are molded in, the door details are molded in, the roof hatches themselves are molded in, and they don't look super great either. Overall, the model itself is very toy-like and very simple. And that would be fine if I didn't spend, after taxes and shipping, nearly $99 on this car. And it's just too much for something like this. And I think it's kind of hurting the hobby to charge this much for something that is basically, it's not full scale. It has nice trucks. It has nice couplers on it. You know, the trucks are metal. The couplers are nicely built, which is something that I do appreciate, because a lot of the cheaper models that you're going to be getting from places like Menards won't have that on there. But it's just too much. Now the print quality is very nice. The lettering is nice and clear. The paint job is nice as well. There's no overspray on it. So that part of it, I think, is very nice quality. Lionel did a really good job with that. Now we're going to compare it to a couple of other cars, just so you can kind of see what you're getting for your money here. The first car we'll compare it to is this Great Northern box car that comes with the Lionel Great Northern set that I purchased. You can see this car is quite a bit smaller than the Reefer box car. So it appears that we're dealing with three scales here in the O-gauge three-rail hobby. There's like your full-scale cars and locomotives. There's your semi-scale cars and locomotives, which I guess is what this Great Northern car would be considered. Maybe this would be like an O27 car. I don't really know. And then there is the what they're calling the line scale cars, which is what that Wood Reefer car is there. I guess line scale is somewhere in between. All right, so next we will compare the car to this Menards box car that I purchased for right around $25, and you can see size-wise they're very comparable to each other. I would say they're maybe the Milwaukee Road one is a little smaller than it should be, but overall I think they look nice enough together. The Milwaukee Road one has molded in ladders, molded in grab irons, molded in roof walks, so overall the detail is far less than what you would find on the Lionel car. The Lionel trucks and couplers are much nicer than the Menards. So far, I have found that Menards cars are kind of hit or miss whether or not those couplers are going to work properly for you and hold together. And I think that is a shame, because it's kind of like you're just kind of rolling the dice on those cars. Whereas I think with the Lionel car, you can expect it to roll nicely and couple nicely every time, just because of the higher quality trucks and couplers they use on the Lionel car. But you're also talking about something that is probably 4 times the price of the Menards car, and I just don't know that's going to be worth it for you. Now the final comparison I'm going to make is with O-gauge's greatest competition, that is HO scale. This car right here is a Fox Valley Models Woodside Reefer that I purchased from Scale Trains. It is, I wouldn't call it like the greatest quality Woodside Reefer you can get in HO scale. There are some molded in details on the ends there. But there are, and, you know, the doors are molded in as well. But there are plenty of separately applied grab irons. There's some nice underbody detail as well that is separately applied. The roof walk is separately applied. The roof hatches are all separately applied. It comes with a couple of cut levers. It comes with brake hoses. It's got all the goodness that you would expect on a nice HO scale car, and it costs $34 brand new. So for nearly 3 times less, let's say 2.5 times less, you're getting a lot more detail on an HO scale car. And you can't really tell me that, well, because of the size, you know, it's just, yes, we're dealing with more material. Yes, we're dealing with larger prints, but you can't tell me that that's going to be that much more expensive to produce one car versus another. So I think what we're really dealing with is the size of the market. HO scale obviously has a far larger market than O-gauge 3-rail has. And so it's going to cost on a per car basis less money to produce an HO scale car than it does an O-gauge car. And I can appreciate that difference. You know, you're dealing with a smaller market base. You're going to have to charge more for your product in order to get any money back in something that you produce. But that being said, that far greater price tag is just making these cars far too expensive, and it's harder and harder to get into that hobby if you are expecting people to spend $100 on a simple semi-scale car with a lot of molded in details. And again, if it wasn't for that Peoria Heights, Illinois on the side, I would not be buying this car. And I don't know how many people besides me are drawn to that particular car. There can't be that many people who really give a rat's patootie about the Peoria Heights, Illinois on the side of it. And so, you know, it's a nice car. It's a nice car at $40, I would say. But anything more than that, I just think it's just too expensive. And so for O-gauge 3-rail, if I'm looking to buy Lionel at this point, I don't know that I'm going to be buying brand new. I think I'm going on eBay and looking for good deals on eBay. I have nice Lionel full-scale 2-bay covered hoppers with detail that rivals anything that you're going to find in HO scale that I purchased online on eBay for the $40 price tag. So why would I buy something brand new that's far more toy-like for far more money? It's just, they got to get these prices down. And I don't know how they're going to do it necessarily. All right, I'm going to leave you all with some nice run-by footage of the car so you can kind of see what it looks like in a contest with other cars. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by and checking out this video. I know I'm rough on Lionel and I'm rough on this car in particular. And I'm not saying anything that nobody already doesn't know, that Lionel's too expensive. It's just that when you see something like this, you know, you can see why people are disappointed. I hate to sound like a Debbie Downer when it comes to this kind of thing, but that's how I feel. Anyways, thank you everyone for checking out this video, and I'll see you all in another video.